verse 41, Genesis 41, verse 15 says, Joseph interprets the dream and gives an agriculture solution. You see, Joseph did not just interpret the dream, but he also gave a what? Agriculture solution. So I am saying to you guys, when you are at school, always think of a solution that you're going to solve. Because we have so many solutions. Healthy, we have problems with healthy. Agriculture, have problems with agriculture. The economy is in doldrums. We need people to offer solutions. And I'm saying you guys, you must go to school, go to university, and become a solution. Don't go to university and think to say, after I finish, who is going to employ me? No one is going to employ me. No one is going to employ me. There are no jobs. Because jobs have been taken by machines, mechanization. Robotics is taking the world by storm nowadays. Automation, machines, which are just being automated. So where are you going to work? So when you are going to school, think of a course that you are going to do so that after doing that course, you are going to now employ yourself. Do something about it. You know, I see people who are going to university nowadays, they're doing those courses that are spent courses that have expired long time ago. They're still doing it. I mean, I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. But, you know, medicine is about 60% of medicine is expired. You know that? Nowadays, before you go to a doctor, you Google first your symptoms. Right? This pain here, you Google first. And then when you go to the doctor, you're going there to confirm what you already what. No. I follow what I'm saying. So in the future, medicine is going to expire totally. No one will be there. Even teaching is expiring. There's online learning now, which was not there. COVID changed things. There's only online learning. Of course, it has its own challenges. But if you do such courses, they're expired courses. Now, what are the courses of the 21st century and the future? Can I hear from you? The courses that you can do for the 21st century and the future. Which courses should you embark on? Let's just have 10 of them. Just sewing. Or sewing, this one, sewing machine. Yes, people will always wear clothes. That one you cannot go wrong. Sewing, eating, catering, yes. IT, yes. Software engineering. That I was talking about. Software what? Engineering. Another one? Yes. Agriculture and biotechnology. Agriculture and biotechnology. Animation. And digital what? Marketing. Digital marketing. You know, if you don't change with times, you cannot be advertising in newspapers now. You know, there are some even universities which are still teaching those old ways of advertising newspapers. Who are reading newspapers now? What are the things that we are advertising on nowadays? It's what? Facebook marketing. These are the new things. So you need to also move with times. Don't say, me, I want to be a doctor. Just because your parents wanted to be a doctor and then you failed. Now you're pushing you to become a doctor. After that, then what? This is the reason why so many young people are roaming the state. Because they were not guided properly on which career to choose. Right. So Joseph Excellence introduced him to people who were relevant in prison. He was picked by someone to say, I know a young man who can interpret dreams. And from there, he was called to come to what? To State House, to Palace, to come and interpret the dream. Now, if you are so good, if you are excellent, your CV is going to reach places where you cannot go. You are here, your CV is in Palace. People are moving it around. They know that there's this young man who is very good in this. You know, if you are excellent in what you are doing, they can fire the employed to employ the unemployed. They didn't hear what I said. What did I say? Yeah. If you are good in what you are doing, they will know that there's a young man in this church, so and so, who is good in this? Go and call him and come. So how good, how powerful is your CV as a young man? Can it reach places where you cannot reach? As long as you are excellent. He says, now, therefore, let Pharaoh select a discerning and a wise man and set him over Egypt. Let him gather all the food and store up grain. That food may be a reserve for the land. This was Joseph after interpreting the dream. He's now giving a solution. Right. So I am saying you must be a problem solver, because nowadays employers are not looking for degrees, because everyone is having a degree. Whereas in countries like Zambia, Zimbabwe, when you throw a stone, you're likely to hit a graduate. When you just throw a stone at random, you're likely to hit a graduate in those countries. Namibia, this one, what do you call this one? Nigeria as well. Everyone is educated. Some of them have double masters. You still have PSLE. That's the only certificate. Right. So we are saying, stop packaging yourself as a career person, because that will not solve your problem. Package yourself as a problem solver. Right. So I said future courses include data science, analysis, cyber security. Go and study this. Robotics and automation. These are the careers that you should be embarking on. But if you tell your father, who belongs to the old school, and you say you want to do animation, you ask you, you want to become an animal? What is animation? What is robotics? What are the genetics and biotechnology, digital science, marketing, mental health is going to be one of the courses. Mental health. Because during these days, so many people have so many challenges, and it's going to affect their mental health. So they need people to help them. Psychologists, counselors, so that's another course. Not teaching. Right. Now the other thing that I want to stress to you young people, after you have finished your course and now you are looking for a job, the most important thing is for you to be connected to people. Don't isolate yourself. You get a job or you get opportunities by mingling with people. So people, my mother-in-law usually says, "Umuntu yinotho." Can you translate that?
A person is wealthy.
Yeah, a person is wealthy. Umuntu yinotho. A person is wealthy. Why do we say a person is wealthy?
You gain. You gain. Make everyone important to you, because in future you can gain from that particular person. And there is another one which says you never know who will help you. Encouraging people to treat everyone equally, because one day that very person will help you.
Yes. So we are saying, as a young person, you must mingle with people. Because if the only thing that you have is money, you are a poor person. If the only thing that you have is money, just money, you don't have connections. Because from connections, Joseph was in prison. And who took him out of prison? It was someone who said, I know a young man who is in prison, who is good in interpreting what? Dreams. And then Nebuchadnezzar said, go and call him. He was fished from prison to come and interpret what he dreamed. It was because he knew somebody. But you young people, sometimes you just put yourself in a certain cocoon and you don't expose yourself to people. Rub shoulders with people, mix with people, and then someone will connect you to somebody who will connect you to somebody. Connect. I was talking to my young man, say, you guys, from here you have to do masters. So try to connect with other students and find out where you can do your masters. Talk to them, find out. That's what you do. Networking is a very important skill. Networking and collaboration is very important as a young person. If you are to make it in life, collaborate and network. Right. You must know someone that can connect you somewhere. I remember a story of a police officer in Zimbabwe. For you to become a police officer, you must be 1 meter 70 or so in above. Yes, in height, yes. They don't want police. Because when you are short, police, people might despise you because of your height. So you must have a big stature, tall and a bit strong, so that when you are approaching a thief, before he does anything, just like, no, just put the not to try to no pushing you away. Because you can see that this guy is also, you know. So this guy went to there, but unfortunately he was very short. They said, no, you can't make it because of your height. And then he went back home disappointed. And then he had a relative who was a commissioner of police. Right? And then he went to tell him, no, I tried to go put as a soldier, a policeman, and then they said I was too short. And then the commissioner said, okay, go back. Go back to the person who was recruiting and tell him that I have increased your height. You hear that? I have done what? How did he increase the height?
The fact that you know me, I recommend you.
Thank you.
The height does
Taken
not
care
matter.
of. Get it? Just because you know the commissioner, who is the boss to the recruiting officer, so he has increased your height. Now you are taller. That's what a connection can do. I got what I'm saying. So as a young person, you must be well connected. Yes.
That's very true, especially in Zimbabwe. Even like simple things like getting your ID, it's tough, it's hard. They'll make things complicated for you and stuff like that. So the more you know people, the easier you get your way around. And my father is always telling me that a rich man does not only leave wealth to the kids, he also leaves connections to the kids. That's why you see that when a rich person dies, right? Maybe his wealth might, be like, what can I say? His wealth might also like go away, vanish. But you notice that the kids, because the father had many connections, and because the kids, the father left connections for the kids, it's easier for the kids to get back the wealth.
Exactly.
Because they know people.
My brother knows that if you're in Zimbabwe, if you are working for a company, let's say which company can you? The well-known company in Zimbabwe was
Dunlop.
Dunlop. Very good. I was thinking of that one. Your father is working in Dunlop. When your father retires, you ask to say how many kids do you have? Just bring them here. We're going to employ them. Why are they employing? Because your father was faithful and good as a worker there. That's why they were employed. So it's very good. It's very important for you as a father to give a good reputation. Now, if you look at the paralyzed man, he was carried by his friends to Jesus. Had it not been for those men who carried him, the man was going to die. But those guys were able to carry him, and when they found that the house was full, they removed the roof and lowered, and they were prepared to pay for the roof that they removed, as long as their friend was able to get what? So that's what connection can do. Now, if you are that kind of a person who is so poor in as far as connections are concerned, and you don't have a single person, my brother, whom you can call at night to say, Mr. So-and-so, I am in trouble, come now. And you don't have one person that who can live his tight schedule and attend to your problem, then you are not living, you are surviving. You're not living, you're surviving. You must have that one friend whom when you call and say, what is your name, my brother? Arno, I have this challenge. Then Arno will leave everything. If my friend is a challenge, I have to go now. I don't care whether I have this to do. Then if you're like that, you're living. Right. So connections are very, very important. Now, then I said most youth are unemployable because they are choosy. They want the high salaries. Right. But there are so many companies that are even looking for people who are excellent, who are good in what they do. And once they find even teams, how many of you are playing soccer? You play soccer. Are you good in soccer or just vanilla low? Yeah, you believe you are good. Okay. And you also. Good. Any ambitions of playing?
I mean, I used to have ambitions, but then I told myself that when I go to university, I should multi-base, focus on my studies and both soccer and see where it goes.
Good, good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, so we are saying sharpen that skill as well. It's very, very important. Once you are a good player, for Ronaldo, they don't advertise themselves. Do they? You say, yeah, I'm looking for a team to play. Teams are fighting over those guys. Why?